Cowboys fans
All
last week.
right, taking down the Bucs in Tampa Bay. It looked like a blowout early, then in typical Brady fashion, injuries, deficit to tie it up with 45 seconds left. Stafford drove the ball down the field thanks to Cooper Kupp, got in field goal range and won by 3. Matthew Stafford headed to his first NFC Championship game. Here's the man of the hour on how he was feeling when he spiked the ball before setting up the game-winning field goal.
I don't know what I said, to be honest with you. I'm glad they didn't flag me for spiking it a little bit there. All the guys on the sideline were like, man, you were in a dark place. And I said, sometimes you got to go to those places, you know, and to make some plays happen. So I was enjoying the moment. You know, in my mind, I live for those kind of moments. You know, I would have loved to have been taking a knee up 3 scores. But it's a whole lot more fun when you got to make a play like that to win the game and just steal somebody's soul. You know, that's what it feels like sometimes, where they're sitting there going, man, we just had this great comeback, and you get to reach in there and take it from them. That's a whole lot of fun.
There's still somebody's
Just a little
soul.
glimpse into it.
That's
Dan,
Tom Brady. That's the
there's
GOAT soul you taking there. That's the GOAT soul. That's where that is right there. Okay.
No question.
man.
There's a quote I live by
So-
that sometimes you got to go through it to get to it.
Amen.
And he's absolutely gone through it. But tell me this, does Stafford have more to prove?
Oh, of course. Yeah. There's no question about it. I mean, this goes back to the summer, the trade, most pressure in the NFL. They went to trade for him to go win a Super Bowl. And the thing that I love the fact is he's ready for that moment. Like, he wants that. And you saw, Playmaker, you saw a little bit where he said, Steelers, so I can't do this segment with sitting down. I'm too hype. I'm too hype for this guy, right? This is why I'm wearing a jacket today, because everybody needs a wingman, Stephen A. And I've been the dude. My favorite part about this, I got a lot of favorite parts about this. So I was with Matthew for a couple years, right? And I would watch this dude show up every single day. And I'd have people tell me, I would have writers in Detroit come to tell me, Matthew Stafford's not good enough. I'd be sitting there like, you're out of your mind. I'd be walking around town and people would come up to me like, all he is a stat patter. I'd be like, dude, this dude is great. I'd have people on social media, all you people on social media, that'll send me memes and say, I wish someone would back me the way you back Matthew Stafford. He sucks. You guys were all wrong. And there's been a small community that try to tell everybody, like, this dude's great. And for him, he just showed up, and he was a great teammate. He'd always take the blame. He'd always give the credit. Always take the blame, always give the credit. And when he was traded to Los Angeles, he said this, I just want the chance to have games in January with the ball in my hands and the chance to make a play. And he did that. And I said this a couple months ago. There is not a cat in the league. I love Patrick Mahomes. I love Josh Allen. That I want with the ball in their hands, with the game on the line, more than Matthew Stafford. And I just wanted America to see the guy that so many of his teammates saw. And that's what happened. So all the people that said he sucked, you were wrong. All the people that said he couldn't deal with the pressure, you were wrong. All those people who said he was a stat patter, you were wrong. He's finally got a good team around him, and now he's in the NFC Championship game. And he shut a lot of people up. A lot of people. And that's my favorite part of yesterday. And that's why I'm wearing the jacket. And Stephen A., I know you had a comment about Matthew Stafford not too long ago that I remembered.
What did you remember? What did
you said, Matthew Stafford, stop acting like you're a Detroit Lion.
Because at the time, over a 7-week stretch, he wasn't looking too good.
No!
Was that not? Oh, no. See, now you're lying. Because what you said was, Matthew Stafford, you were not concerned about him at all.
Correct.
Even in the throes of those troubles.
Correct.
You didn't disavow those troubles. You didn't act like they didn't exist. You just said you weren't worried about it because in the end he would show up, which he did, and he deserves credit for it. But it's not like the rough patches didn't happen. So while the rough patches happened, we pointed them out. You were like, you're not concerned at all. We were like, how the hell can you not be? Because if he continues to look like this, it's a problem. Now, let me say this to you. Matthew Stafford threw for 366 yards, 2 touchdowns, not a single interception. I thought he had a great game, and I thought he showed up when it counted. And this is a very proud moment for Matthew Stafford. I recall when he got traded to the Los Angeles Rams, everybody talked about how that was a big deal. Mm-hmm. It was a significant upgrade from Jared Goff. Sean McVay, we even had debates. Who has more to prove, Matthew Stafford or Sean McVay? Because Sean McVay, now you got this talented quarterback because we all knew what Matthew Stafford brought to the table. The game-winning drives in the fourth quarters, the wins that he produced to get for the Detroit Lions. The problem was in his relatively illustrious career, numbers-wise, He had never won one single playoff game in the only 3 appearances that he made. The last 2 weeks, that has changed, obviously. But what I'm saying to you is this. The questions about him were legitimate. Let me add another thing to you while you're sitting there bloviating about something. I love how you just conveniently ignore. They were up 27-3.
Stephen A., don't go there, Stephen A. Don't go.
Hold on. You got to be fair.
This is a good spot. This is a good spot.
You can't be you're objective and phenomenal with everything else.
And it's a good spot.
But you get emotional with Matthew Stafford. Let's reel you in a second here. Let's reel you in. They were up 27-3. Let's say, for the sake of argument, when you had the bad snap, okay, and Tampa Bay recovered the football and what have you. Let's say stuff like that happened and Matthew Stafford didn't have a chance to have that moment. What would we be sitting here today saying? We'd be talking about how he didn't get it done. That's not Matthew Stafford throwing an interception.
Right.
That's not Matthew Stafford's fault per se, but he wouldn't have gotten it done because they would have lost the game. He showed up when it counted and had that pass to Cooper Kupp. I have no idea how you let Cooper Kupp get behind you. Anybody but Cooper Kupp, who destroys everybody, and somehow, some way, Tampa Bay allowed them to get behind the defense. You got guys the lane they're supposed to be blitzing, and Davis and others, and they didn't blitz. We get all of that. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is this. Don't act like you weren't sitting there when they up 27-3, because I thought Tampa Bay was going to get blown out of the stadium.
I did as well.
Blown out of the state. And Tom Brady and them come marching back.
Yeah, you were
and
nervous.
they tie that game
You were nervous.
at 27.
You were nervous.
Stop acting.
But
Dan was texting me. He was nervous.
Come on now.
I was so nervous.
That's exactly what puts Matthew Stafford over. Because, okay, in game 1, I was like, okay, maybe this is the Rams' way to a Super Bowl, where you use him as a luxury and not a necessity. Because game 1, they kind of used him as a luxury.
He was a necessity yesterday.
But he was a necessity yesterday. And even to come back, when he just said, when you thought you had won that game, and then I come back and snatch your soul, he's talking to the GOAT. The GOAT thought he had won that game. The GOAT thought he'd win every time he.
Well, the GOAT did his job.
Well, the GOAT probably
no doubt. But I'm saying though. I'm saying, if you want to be a bad man, go beat the bad man. It's prison yard mentality. He went in and beat the bad man. That's what I'm saying.
My God.
So I'm gonna bring him across the water.
What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? Time out. Who's disagreeing with that?
Because
who's disagreeing with that?
Because Stephen A., you make the point that they had that big lead and then the lead went away, implying that Matthew Stafford had anything to do with that. No, yes, you do, because then Playmaker said you had to go beat the man, and you're like, well, he did his job. He did his job. So you can't say one did their job and imply one didn't.
Time out, DL.
Okay.
In the game of football, correct me if I'm wrong, because you guys played. I didn't play. I mean, you won 3 times.
When you do this,
and you got the love affair with Matthew Stafford. I get it. Okay. If I remember correctly, in the sport of football, when the other team scores, you get it back.
Correct.
So you up 27-3.
Bet.
They score 27-10.
Yeah.
You got the ball back.
Yeah.
You didn't do nothing. They scored
Snap
27.
over the head.
They scored 27-17.
These things.
I didn't say it was his fault. No. What I said is we would have been saying Matthew Stafford didn't get it done, even though we would have pointed the finger at the Rams, not him. We would have said, this is more of it. Detroit has arrived in LA.
I would not have allowed that.
Wait a minute. Right. Detroit has arrived in LA, meaning
you wouldn't have allowed what?
No.
The blame.
Hold on. Matthew Stafford is what he is. But the team he was surrounded by let him down.
Dan,
that's what we would have been saying.
You know what,
and
Dan,
he couldn't overcome
Dan, it was a great day for you because Tom Brady's team was decimated and your guy got it done.
I'm not going to disagree with that. If the Buccaneers were the downside with the Buccaneers this season is we did not get to see the Super Bowl champions.
No.
Have a chance to repeat. Correct. But I will push back on this because you said that when the interceptions were happening, that I was sitting there saying, I always said not all turnovers were created equal. I said the whole time that some of those turnovers, 3rd and 18, he's just taking a shot downfield. 3rd and 20, he's giving a guy a shot. And everyone was like, I'm concerned about it. And I said, I'm not, because I know the guy. So I wasn't sitting here saying, well, in the moment, we got to see. I said.
That's what I said.
No, you said that I was acknowledging that there
I
were
said
things.
you were saying, you were acknowledging that there were things, but you said you were not concerned about Matthew
Well, he
Stafford.
had a streak of
That's all I
interceptions, so
said.
people were concerned about. But you're saying
if
all
Matthew
interceptions
Stafford
aren't
had
it's not
thrown
as bad as it looks. Don't
interceptions,
go
and
by
that's
the
how
numbers.
they had come back.
He's saying it can't
if they
just be the
came back
numbers.
from 27-3 on a
right.
couple pick sixes, then we could be
Excuse me,
saying
can we
it's
have
on
a
Stafford.
moment to get on him? Because I need both of you for this.
Okay, but can I
What
say
we
this
do.
one quick thing?
Fine,
Real
you're
quick.
taking away from my moment.
Matthew Stafford,
Come on, Stephen A.
don't lose to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, no,
go there? Like, why?
You know what I'm saying?
You
He gonna take
cannot.
yours right
Time
now.
out. Time out.
He's still living
cannot
on
do that.
his.
He cannot do that.
Who- what?
wanna
You know a guy
why?
who did?
Wait, time out. Because this is what happened. The unthinkable happened. Stephen A. Smith, Jimmy G.
Get to like, subscribe, and share all of our channels. Check us out. Hey, tell us what you think about it. Are we hitting it on the nail on the head or are we not? Please leave a comment. Let us know. Tell us how the flow is. But don't forget, this is your boy MC D-Rex, and I'm out. Peace.